and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca and we're going to be working today on my K-tiered dynamic floral, it's called, or crystal flower, it actually says at the top of there. But this is done in square rhinestone diamonds. So I'm going to work on this one, which I haven't actually done since my last WIP and Chat. I am trying to plough through my Vivian Fox painting from K-tiered Art, though I don't know what has happened this last week or so. Let me see how far back I can get this to go with my easel. I think that's about it, so let's see how much we can zoom in. Let's try there. Yeah, I haven't had chance to get much done at all this week. It's just been one of those days where things keep taking over life and taking over my evenings. But I am hoping to get more of it done soon. I'm just dipping in because there's only like 2 of these diamonds that I need, and I've popped a metal tip out of one of my other pens into this sneak peek pen for items to come. So I have a sneak peek pen, I also have a sneak peek tray. So yeah, these are items that are coming over the next few months, but I pinched a pen tip out of another pen because I didn't want it to be too sticky for the rhinestones, and yeah, it seems to be biting me in the foot a little bit. Let's see how it is once I've got diamonds in the tray rather than on the bottom. But yeah, we are looking at, well, we've got quite a few items that have been coming in over the past couple of weeks that will be launching over the next few months. We are also looking at and trying to, though this may take a little bit longer, we're looking at bringing more basic colour trays out, so more colour trays that are available all the time. At the moment we have pink, white and grey, sort of the company type colours are the always available trays. And we have those on the website all the time, and we keep stock levels up of those. And then we have our limited editions that we print normally each month, and they go live, and once they're gone, which is often rather quick. But yeah, we are looking at building up. We need to build up quite a big stock level before we launch a new colour. But we're looking at trying to bring in a few more colours as basic colours that will be in stock, hopefully, all the time. It will depend on how quick they go in the initial stages. So this is possibly one of those colours. Not everything has been finally decided yet, but be assured there are some colours that we are printing like a Trojan. Also, to give updates, I realise it's been a week since the last sort of international update on YouTube. I've given international order shipping updates over Facebook and Instagram, and there is also an update on the front page of our website. But it's been a drama. It's been a drama. So at the moment, we are able to ship to most countries now internationally. However, while we have found an alternative courier for US orders, we still need to use Royal Mail for other international countries. and they are, well, last I checked, they were still only offering to send tracked services or tracked and signed for services. Tracked is the one that we offered on the website. We offered tracked or non-tracked. So we chose, for every order that was still outstanding from January's launch, basically any outstanding international order not to the US, we chose to bear the extra cost and send them tracked, even if a customer just chose the selected standard shipping. This is so that they are on their way to you, and we recognise that orders are going to take longer while Royal Mail try to deal with the backlog. So because of that, we also want you to be able to see where your parcel is, because it's going to take longer. So rather than longer unknown, longer known is a lot better. So yeah, we have shipped out all orders, all outstanding international orders via a tracked service. Because it's going to take Royal Mail probably at least a month or so to get shipping services back to normal when they do open up the option to send standard mail, we have taken the decision to only offer the tracked shipping service for any future orders. So we can't bear the brunt of every single order placed internationally to pay for the tracked over, a longer period. Want to stay in business for a length of time. So we have changed the options to only be tracked for alternative countries. So if people do want to order, they can. Just note that shipping will be the higher tracked price, but we don't make money on shipping. So it's something that sort of we can't really avoid, and for the time being, until things are back to normal, we wouldn't be happy sending things out as a standard parcel either, with you guys not being able to have visibility of where your order is up to. That being said, we do recognise that when we do a launch of new products, which normally would have been announced yesterday for release next Friday, is the way we normally do it. We normally announce the first weekend of the month and release the second weekend. We've held off on February's launch just so that we could try and stabilise the shipping, but in turn also to decide what's best and fair for our customers, because we want to be fair. We don't want to force people to feel as though they have to pay tracked shipping if they don't want to, and if it's not something that they normally budget for when they order one of our trays. We have many customers who will choose standard shipping, and they will order from us, monthly on launch. We don't want to force them to spend more. So we have taken the decision we are going to have a launch this February. It will just be a little delayed, so we will announce it. We will announce the items next week, next Saturday, for release the Friday after. Let me just work out what date that will be. It helps if I actually had a calendar open on that one. So we will announce them on the 11th for release on the 17th. But the decision we have taken is we are not releasing any limited edition items for the month of February. We feel that's the fairest way to still be able to bring new products, but not make people feel as though they have to pay for track shipping. if it's not within their budget, because the items will be available when our shipping prices go back to normal. So yeah, we think that's the fairest way to do it. So we're going to bring a range of items that will become stock items out the week after next. And then if those international outside of the US want to order and are happy to pay track shipping or normally pay track shipping, then that option will be there for them. However, if they don't normally pay track shipping and don't want to, then they can order the items later when we have our standard shipping options available. We feel like that's the fairest way to do it. The limited edition trays that we have printed for February are feeling a little bit lonely, but they can sit together until the following month. We'll just push the limited trays back a month and bring them back later on. But we do have lots of exciting new products. We're also bringing some new bundles out, is the plan, providing everything we need arrives. But everything that we do release, of course, I will explain in the video for next Saturday. I will also I'll show you guys what we're releasing, but it will also be a stock item. So even if it does go out of stock on the day, because we can sometimes underestimate how many people want a certain item, it will be something that will be coming back into stock so that it can be purchased at any point throughout the month. And hopefully that will make things a little bit easier, because we don't want to forget our international customers outside of the US, because there's quite a few. On that note, the shipping company that we do use for the US at the moment, while Royal Mail get rid of their backlog, I do have to enter every product manually for a US order. So when we do have the launch, it may take a little bit longer for some orders to be packed and shipped, but then they should arrive fairly quickly, or at least in a reasonable time frame once they are shipped. So I think that's the best option. If anybody else thinks of a better option, then do let us know and it will be considered. But we think that's the fairest way to do things, because customers matter. And as much as we could just say, oh, well, you know, the shipping option's there. If they want it, they can pay it. I don't think that's fair. And I do want to recognise that not everybody's budget is the same as somebody else's. And we wouldn't want a customer to miss out on a limited edition tray that they really want because of shipping. We can't do anything about the fact that it costs more to send international than to the UK as it is. That is something that would never be in our control. However, bringing back standard shipping is something that we will be able to do in the future. So we just need to wait until we can. Wait until, one, they allow standard shipping. I'm not actually sure if they do yet. Let's have a look. Royal Mail International. Let's see if I can find an update on international. So they did actually allow standard shipping from Friday. So 2 days ago, they allowed people to send untracked services to all destinations. Oh, hang on, for business contract customers. Sorry, it's a very long update, and I was checking the updates on a daily basis when we had orders waiting to ship. Because we don't have any orders waiting to ship to international countries at the moment, I stopped checking it because there's nothing like stalking a website for every morning until they decide to finally update it, which some mornings was about 12 o'clock. Yeah, so they have said from Friday, for business contract customers, it has been allowed again, which is us. We have recently set up what they call a full business account with Royal Mail, so that we can get shipments out on a daily basis, like more of a guaranteed daily basis. But the tracking and the time it is going to take for it, we still feel as a business we're best waiting a few more weeks before we offer it, because shipping is we just don't know how long shipping is going to take. We want to be able to monitor those that we have sent tracked, and ensure that they've reached their destination and that timeframes are back to normal before we offer standard again. So things are getting there, but by no means are they back to normal. So we think that's the best decision for both the company and our customers. Because the last thing that is needed is lots of customer emails saying, where is my order, when I can't see where their order is. At least if I can see where it is. We've had some extremely patient customers, especially in the US, that was shipped before the cyber attack, that got stuck. I have one customer who actually purchased a track service, but their order was shipped on the 4th of January, and it only reached the US. It reached the US 2 days ago, I think, 3 days ago. So they are still working through a backlog. So we'd much rather be able to see where that backlog is and what's happening. Okay, these cases are doing my head in. Sorry. This is why I'm distracted now, because they've all got caught in that little bit, and I've just had to try and poke them all out all over my desk just to get things back. Doesn't do it on all of them, but when it does do it, it's annoying. Okay. So yeah, I think that's all the international updates. So stay tuned for new shop launch items that are coming. They're just going to be standard stock items, and I'm quite excited because we've been recently been ordering quite a few standard stock items to increase. It won't include a new colour tray as a standard stock basic colour tray. I don't think I can get enough printed to meet the potential demand, but we will be bringing out some bundles with some different colour trays. And again, if the stock sells, it will be a matter of us restocking them, and then they will be back on the website again. They won't be going away forever. Zesty Wolf and Advent have been ordered. We don't yet have a expected arrival date. But as soon as they do arrive, if I have enough notice to let you guys know on a WIP and Chat that they're due, then I will let you know. And I've just realised I missed a number 5. If I have enough notice to let you guys know in a WIP and Chat before it's been filmed, I'll let you know. Alternatively, you will, if you've signed up for the email notification list, you will receive an email. We have ordered more than we have email requests for. So we're hoping that we have plenty to last, you know, give customers a good bit of time to be able to get a zesty waffle for an advent. But if it does sell out quickly and demand is high, then we are happy to order more. So it just may mean another wait. But they take a while to come on a boat, and it's been Chinese New Year. So the manufacturer, the manufacturers are taking a little bit longer because they've had their holidays. They've had their January holidays. So yeah, I think that's updates from me. Apart from, we have been setting up a Royal Mail business account rather than just a standard business account. So it was still business, but it was a standard business, and we took the mail to the post office and dropped it off. We've now reached the quantities and the volume that we can have a big business account, a big girl one, where we sort the parcels into sacks, and they actually collect from us each day. So now my aim is that any order received before 1 p.m, apart from items that it's noted on, so a heaven and earth design chart may take a bit longer because they're handmade. But provided, you know, there's not loads of stuff ordered that I actually need to prepare the stock, my aim is that any order received before 1 will be able to go out the same day. We're just finalising setup, so it will be complete at some point next week. I've actually had Royal Mail turn up for the past Thursday and Friday. They turned up to do collections. So all the information has been passed to our local sorting office. However, my order of mail bags to put said post in has not yet arrived. So I've not actually been able to hand over anything yet. I'm getting excited for the day I can. It's a whole new learning curve of how to pack everything up. But once it's in place, it should make things a lot easier, and a lot easier on launch day. There was often quite a few trips to different post offices made on launch. So it will be nice to just be able to hand it all over and just go, here's the mail sacks, get the post to the people, please. But yeah, launch, I can't guarantee the before 1 o'clock around launch, just due to the volume of orders. It can take a bit longer to process through. International to US, it has to be before about 10 in the morning UK time for me able to get it collected the same day, because we're using a different courier at the moment. We will be going back to Royal Mail once it's settled down. So yeah, US is a bit earlier to ensure, but if not, we will arrange collection for the following day, and it will be then at least on its way. So yeah, it's all been happening here. Believe me, everything has been happening. We're currently trying to set up a printer for the postage, which will be easier once it works. The printer itself works, we're just trying to get it on the network so that I can print wirelessly, and that is no mean feat at the moment. It doesn't have its own IP address. For those that are in the know, the printer doesn't have its own IP address, so we're trying to set it up on the network a different way, and it is testing our patience. But we'll get there. If not, we will print labels the old-fashioned way, the way we used to. But yeah, that is our household dramas for this week. Just in case you were wondering what we've been fighting with. Oh, we also have been, that was another distraction this week. told you there's lots of distractions. So the next distraction was a little bit more exciting in relation to Advent. So Advent for 2023, we have been working on a bit more this week. We've actually finalised some of the items and in fact ordered some of the items that will be going into our 2023 Advent calendar. We've also been looking at things for the diamond painting for the December Advent event. Looking at finalising some bits for that. So yeah, that took some time the other evening because Megan works during the day. So we tend to make all those sorts of decisions together, and then I do the legwork in the day. So yeah, we've been working and trying to finalise and pin down exactly what items are going in the Advent for 2023, and we're so excited. We've got a few different things, a few more high value things, and of course keeping things different. We don't want anybody that got one last year to feel as though everything is the same. That's not the way we play. Goodness knows how many years I'd be able to keep up different things though. We may end up with some crossover at some point. But yeah, for 2023, we've been working on that. Speaking of that, I do have a comment from Dawn, who commented on the Advent calendar talk, where I explained what was in our 2022 Advent calendars, the 24-day and the 12-day. And she did say she was lucky enough to get the 24-day Advent. She said, and she absolutely loved it. She said she has to say that the mini cross stitch, she said, was a brilliant idea, was brilliant. She said she really enjoyed receiving something that was not diamond painted as a little treat. Yeah, we like the idea of having just a little something that's not diamond painting out of the 24 days. But of course, the bulk is diamond painting related. She says she's looking forward to seeing what comes in the 2023. All the things is all I'm saying. We've had a few bits that we've already ordered. Some has already arrived where it's UK suppliers. Some are on their way, which is other suppliers, and there are many that, you know, we know what we want. We just will be getting them throughout the next few months. But I'm sure I'll have a busy few months prepping the Advent calendars and missing Caris, even more so than I miss her already. She's currently in Australia, but she was my Advent helper last year, and she did an amazing job at helping me get all the Advent items packed. And yeah, I might see if she can just fly home to help me pack Advents, and then she can go back for a few more months to Australia, because yeah, it's going to be fun times, that's for sure. Right, I actually need a few more of these. So let's not fight trying to find all the nice rhinestones. Let's just tip some more in. Speaking of comments, let's go on to a few more. Otherwise, I am going to end up WIP and waffling about international postage for the whole WIP and Chats. But I think I've given everybody full updates. Anybody can email if they do want any further updates, but I think we've taken a fair decision in relation to that. Kaz says she's recently got the Vivian Fox painting that I was working on, and she says the colours are beautiful. She says she does have 2 big paintings on the go at the moment. She has Diamond Art Studios Cyril the Squirrel. I have him. He's in my stash. He's sitting with all the other animals. And she has Diamond Art Club's People's Princess. I have that one in my stash too. That one's sitting with my other Diamond Art Club paintings. She says she can't wait to get it up, and she did say she had a lovely day on her birthday. She says she was spoilt, which is good. I'm glad you had a nice day. It's fun to be spoilt for the day. Sue, I think it's Sue, 20101946 Iffy. I love going through that name. But yeah, this is Sue. She says, I was saying that Every in my area, the courier Every, is really good. Or at least it's better than Yodel. She said she would have said the same thing until recently. She says, but not now. She says her painting from Diamond Art Club arrived into the UK really quickly and was transferred to Every. She said she got her email to say that her local Every got it. However, it didn't get delivered. She waited 5 weeks. Diamond Art Club have refunded her. She says, like the good company they are. She says, but now the same thing has happened with an air fryer from QVC. She says, and while QVC will eventually refund her, she really wanted that air fryer, and they can't send a replacement because it's sold out. She said it's so frustrating. I do get that it's frustrating. If you do have a problem, getting hold of them is an absolute nightmare. I was actually lucky enough once to be able to get hold of the phone number for our local depot, and I'm actually hoping that I did put it in my phone because I'm not sure if I would get that again. I actually got it through the International Centre, which is actually around the corner from us. Every's International Depot is round the corner from us, and they gave us the phone number to the depot that delivers to us. It's actually not as local, but deals with UK orders. They're actually dealt with by 2 different depots, I think. They actually gave me their number. Don't know whether they should have done, but the person who answered the phone helped me. And I actually got a parcel where they said they couldn't access our road due to a funeral at the church at the end of our road, even though our road is a main thoroughfare and can be entered 3 different ways. And they actually got the driver to deliver it. So yeah, if you can get hold of the number for your local depot, keep hold of it, because getting in contact with Every, I will agree, is a nightmare. They don't have a general customer services number, so getting hold of a number for your local depot is very hard. Sue did say it seems as though she's getting all the small parcels, but getting anything bigger and expensive, she says she doesn't seem to be able to get hold of those. She said, make of it what you will. Maybe it's your local driver. I mean, our local driver has actually changed, but luckily we have had a good driver replaced with a good driver. But I do think the drivers make the main difference. We have had bad Every drivers in the past, and I've only got to the point of liking them because we got a good one. and she stayed on our route for quite a while. So she was able to be a good one for a long enough time that the company, you know, the company improved in our eyes because of her. And she's now been replaced with another driver who, while not necessarily as friendly or as chatty, they do their job and they do it right. So let them be them. As long as they do their job, then that's fine. Darcy, she says she is the same when the new year starts. She said she listens for froggies to start making their mating croaking sound. She said it means spring is on the way. I can't wait for spring. I did actually have the conservatory doors open the other day. We had quite a mild day. It was still cold. It was no drying the weather out, washing outside type weather. But it was quite mild, no high winds, just probably about 11, 12 degrees or something. Still cold. You put your coat on to go out, but it was quite nice to just have the conservatory doors open and have a nice light breeze throughout the conservatory for a bit. Made me feel good, and Luna loved it because Luna loves the door being open so she can go in and out as she pleases when there's any noises that she needs to go and investigate. Darcy says she's gotten to the age where she doesn't really like freezing cold temperatures, but she also can't tolerate the heat. She says she's either a popsicle or a puddle of goo. I love it. I agree though. We'll enjoy spring when it comes. Darcy, as soon as this milder weather, this last cold snap seems to have disappeared, hopefully we're not going to get another one. And when it starts getting, you know, maybe 18 degrees outside, we can just be happy as lambs, enjoying the spring before any potential heat waves come later. Liz, she says, thanks for this WIP chat, Rebecca. She said she finally managed to place a few drills today while watching the video. She says she's working on a mystery kit from Diamond Art Club. It's her year-long project. She spent today dekitting Fight of the Fireflies by Randall Spangler, which she finished yesterday, and she's been cleaning and sorting all of her storage containers. See, that's kind of spring-like as well. I like doing all those spring-like things. Oh look, I missed a V as well. See, I knew this would happen. Just too big a section. Too big a section while chatting. I keep missing bits. Oh well. She says she's really excited to see all the goodies that will be launching this year. She said she'll definitely be getting a new pen or two. Oh, I've been getting so excited. I got so excited when one batch of the pens arrived. Because there are a few different suppliers, so each time a batch turns up from one of the suppliers, I'm just like, oh, pretty. Getting so excited for new pens. So I'm not sure which. We want to make sure that the complete range is in before we launch, so I'm not sure which ones we will be launching. I think there's probably just one range that we've got ready for launching. And then other items, just because. She says she's also trying to, she says the two-tone and glitter tray, she says, are so tempting too. Well, those will be a little bit longer because they are limited. So we will be hanging off. In fact, it's a two-tone tray that will be a limited edition as soon as we release a limited edition again. She says she's trying to work on her stash this year and limit purchasing new kits. She plans to participate in lots of events being run. She says it will make her look at her stash and work on it for that purpose as well as the enjoyment. She'll be getting this the Advent 2 this year, she said, and practicing getting her fingers to be quicker so she doesn't miss out. Well, we have learnt from this year and the demand this year that we will be stocking more. In fact, Advent wise, I think it's close to double what we sold is what we, and that's over 24 day and 12 day. We've taken that amount and doubled it for next year to ensure that we don't have disappointment. What symbols is that? D? It is, it's D. There was just a little bit of something on it that made it look like an upside down G. And I'm like, I don't need an upside down G. Do I have any other letter Ds? Oh, I do. There's not many. I don't need many of this one. Gorgeous orange. There's just a few dotted about. I think I've got my full bottom row as well now. I've just remembered there was something else that I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, that was it. I knew there was something else that I wanted to update you on the WIP Chats, because the WIP Chats is when I feel like I can explain things that we've implemented that you may or may not have seen and the reasons behind things. Because sometimes I do feel, and especially this Royal Mail cyber thing, I personally feel as though I would be a lot more tolerant of it if they were a lot more, say, transparent or at least open on the reasons why they're doing things. You know, if they actually told us, you know, the reason they're holding off and, you know, maybe the volume of mail that they're having to deal with and being honest in relation to that. And when they opened up the services again, all we saw is that they only opened up the dearest service that they offer. Now, if there was another reason for that, a logistic reason or something else, then it would have been nice to have been told that. I'd have been a lot more, you know, behind them if they'd have been more transparent. Having said that, the other thing I need to tell you is nowhere near as big as a Royal Mail debacle, but it is just in the idea of telling you things that we've done, telling you why, and the reasons behind why are mainly over the international shipping and why we've chosen to just keep tracked for countries outside of the UK and the US for now. And there is a reason behind that. You know, we have found an alternative shipping company for the US. We can't find one for other countries. So for Royal Mail, it's still the most cost effective, being a tracked service. It's still more cost effective for us to send it via Royal Mail than another company. Primarily, there's the odd weight where it tips to another company, but not enough for it to be a blanket approach. So yeah, that's why, you know, we're being transparent with that. I feel like I'm proper waffling today. But the other announcement is nothing to do with Royal Mail International. It is just a request that we have had. And we now finally are able to implement due to the services our website provider offers. We can now do this request that in turn is something that we feel is the best sort of environmental option. So when we send out pens, any pen that is purchased on our website, which of course we are about to increase the amount of pens, we send a selection of, it comes with a selection of pen tips. So your single placer, your three placers, your straightener, all that sort of stuff. So they basically come with a set of pen tips. We now ask you on the website when you purchase a pen, do you want the pen tips or not? It's a simple yes or no. It doesn't adjust the price in any way. But if, like me and many others, you use metal tips for your pens, whether you move them about from pen to pen to save yourself costs, or whether you purchase one for each pen that you buy, you can now choose whether you do or don't want the plastic tips, to go with. And if you don't want the plastic tips, then we won't send them. Quite simple. We have also implemented it with our diamond painting kits, though until they're back in stock, you won't be able to see it because it pops up when you add to cart. But we now have the option for you to have your kit with or without a toolkit. Again, just to save. I mean, it's something that Diamond Art Studio already offers, and our website we're now able to do the same, which we find is beneficial, because I never use toolkits. I never use the toolkits that come with kits, ever. I use my pens and I use my trays, and I am happy with that. I don't want to use a little white tray. There's plenty of toolkits that I have given away, passed on, even sent to Megan's school for them to potentially use the little trays for paint or glue holders. I'm constantly trying to find places that I can send my toolkits I don't use to. So if I have the option to not get a toolkit in the first place, then I'm all for it, because then I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to deal with finding somebody to pass the said toolkit over to if I don't have it in the first place. So we have now put that option on our diamond painting kits as well. So you can choose whether you want them or not. Best way to do it. So yeah, that's just a little update that we have done that people may notice as and when they may want to order any of those items. It will ask if you want the tips or not. So feel free to say no and save the plastic. Okay, this WIP and chat is getting on, and I feel like I've still not answered any questions. And you guys are probably like, yeah, you said that 20 minutes ago. It's one of those days. My brain is racing with ideas, with things to do, with things I wanted to tell you guys. And sometimes when I have quite a lot to tell, I feel like I either blurt it all out too quick and don't go in enough detail to tell you what I meant, the full details of what I meant to say, or like today, I go into it too much detail and spend far too much time on it. So I do apologise. But Diamond Sparkle Chase, she says, happy birthday to Luna. Thank you. She enjoyed some cupcakes that she got from Caris. She says, but she loves the Vivian Fox. And she says the crystal painting is very sparkly and the heaven and earth design is looking very pretty. She said, hugs from Texas. Oh, thank you. I have still been working on my Heaven and Earth design. Provided I get to work on it and do my section while enjoying my morning coffee and sort of waking up, I'm fine. And the section gets done. If I ever decide, oh, you know, something distracts me, or I need to do something that takes time first thing in the morning, I find it so hard to then say to myself, I can carve out an hour to do my Heaven and Earth design section. So I think I'm finding that if it doesn't happen when I'm having my morning coffee, then it's not likely to happen. It's the long and the short of it. So I need to do it while I'm having my coffee, get my section done, and then get on with the rest of my day, whatever that may entail. But yeah, I have been working on it. I think it reached 54 or 55%. I mean, you'll see I will be filming the next section of my Heaven and Earth design diamond painting this weekend that will release in a WIP and Chat later on in the week. It'll still be a week between the last time you saw it. But you'll see, I think it's about 44 or very close to 55% done. And it's taken me 2 weeks, I feel like, to get 5%. I don't know. I know I did the maths, and it's about 4 months, I think, for it to be completely finished if I were able to do a section every single day. It's 4 or 4.5 months. But because I am doing a section every single day, I feel like it should be quicker. Even though I've done the maths and I know it's not, I still feel like it should be quicker. But it is a beast. It is moving along. And I have been doing a section a day. I also haven't had a colour that I've completely done yet. I think when I did it in last August, and I did a section a day for a month, I actually had quite a few sections that I emptied colours, and colours were done and I could file them away and empty them out my case, and I've not had any colours like that yet. I think maybe once I get some colours that actually run out, it will feel as though I'm getting a little bit further on again. A little bit towards my end goal. I can't wait till it goes down to 3 cases instead of 4. But I think it's going to be quite a while for that. I've got far too many diamonds for it to go down a whole case yet. That'll probably be right near the end. But I think I'll be de-kitting a lot of my Heaven and Earth design as I go along. And yeah, I'm just waiting for another colour to return to 0. Please, go to 0. Just so that I know that it's finished. Debbie, she says, thank you for the WIP and Chats. She says she worked on an Oraloa square kit while she listened. She said she did place an order as well on the launch, and she was really wishing that she did order the small grip mat because she received a trashy tray in the Advent. She says the diamond painting I'm working on is beautiful. Yeah, the little sticky mats do really help, I find. You can use a trashy tray without one, and I have been known to just have it on my little table just in front of my easel. But I will say, I also have been known to move my easel, knock my trashy tray, and send all the drills all over the floor. So choose with that what you must. I think I've only actually knocked my trashy tray when it's been on a grip mat once. and that was just my own fault for trying to move the whole diamond painting without paying attention to the fact that my trashy tray was very full because it had been sat there for quite a while. In fact, this grip mat is looking rather dusty at the moment because it has just been sat on my easel with my Vivian Fox waiting to be done, and therefore it just picks up anything and everything. And of course I said I had the conservatory door open, so I was blowing a lot more dust in the house than normal, but this grip mat can just be run under some tap water and washed off. Can use a little bit of liquid or washing up liquid, dish soap, whatever you like to call it where you are. You can use a little bit of that as well to clean it if you need to, and it will come up brand spanking new. Let it dry and it'll be sticky again. So I'll do that at some point through the next week or so, no doubt. I'll be able to get that done and clean it up. But for now, it's not falling off my easel, so it's not becoming urgent. And that actually has a hole in it. I obviously didn't pay attention to the fact that it looked damaged before I picked it up. Oh, pretty blue though. Let's get rid of that one because that's got the silver coating on the wrong side of the diamond. Bexter one, she says thank you. She says she is not working on either of her WIPs while watching. She said her hubby is putting a table together for her to work on. She says it will slide up close to her recliner and hold larger paintings. She says at the moment she's been using a lap desk and an easel. Ooh, sounds like you're in for diamond painting heaven. She says she's so excited that her trashy and sticky mat has shipped. She says, love your channel. Well, hopefully it will be with you soon, dependent on what country you're in. But yeah, at least you'll be able to track it on its journey, and once it gets to your own country it should be a lot quicker to reach you. As long as your post is normal, of course. As long as everything's normal your end. She also, Bexon, oh, it's a different name. So Bexon says she loves the WIP and Waffle. She says while she diamond paints herself. She says about the advent calendar, she says she didn't get one for 2022, but she can't wait for the one in 2023. She said, are you thinking about pre-orders for the advent calendar for 2023? And she also says, fingers crossed for the heaven and earth goal. We haven't made a decision on pre-orders at the moment. We are ordering for, I say, double quantities that we sold last year. So hopefully, you know, get those people that, well, not get those people, have enough for those that maybe didn't get the 24, didn't want the 12, but wanted a 24, etc. We've gone with those sorts of numbers, and believe me, they're big numbers. We've currently got 2 items out of 24 in the house, and they are taking, oh, in fact, no, we've not got them all. We've got a few hundred of 2 different items, and they're already taking up 4 totes in the house. Just for that many. It is going to be a family operation, I think. I think we're going to have a few family days when it comes to packing those. But yeah, we have gone for large quantities. Pre-orders, we're not sure. We may open pre-orders nowhere near now. It will be a a lot closer to the time of people being able to actually get hold of them. But we might see, a lot depends on what we can do via our website in relation to pre-orders, and yeah, just so that people could be reassured that they're able to get one maybe. But yeah, we're not sure how and when that will exactly work yet. But that will be a lot. That will be the second half of the year, because I wouldn't want to take, you know, people's money for something before they've got it. So it's definitely a second half of the year type thing. A month or two, no more than a month or two before it would be released. So that, yeah, we're not holding on to people's money for too long, because I don't like doing that. Which is why I didn't like the fact I couldn't send my orders out, because I felt like I was holding people's money. Even though all our customers have been absolutely amazing in understanding that the shipping wasn't, you know, something we could control. They have all been absolutely fabulous. It's me that doesn't like it. I want the goodies on their way to people. I want them shipped. Jeanette, poor Jeanette was one caught up in this, but she did say, thank you again for the update on international shipping. She says, just knowing that you're doing your best, she said, to get items out makes a big difference. And yeah, transparency makes a big difference as well, I think. And I think that's, you know, apart from the fact that we have amazing customers, though it's craft items, why you're all not wanting them to have arrived yesterday, I don't know. But you're not relaying your potential disappointment, because there will be disappointment. It's not being relayed back onto us in any wrong way. You're all extremely understanding and extremely patient, and I'm so grateful. But they are all on their way. Woo. Amy, so she says she finished up her square storage today. She says she used the grey stickers with the numbers for the cross stitch conversion, and she got all her normal stickers for round and the dividers too. She says she has to do the bags for the AB, and then she has to update her special storage. She says it's been a long one for her, she says, the past few weeks, so thank you so much. Well, it sounds like you have been a busy bee, and so happy that you are nearly fully organised and at the end of it. Just trying to check. I do need to lift this up every now and then, though I don't know how much that's helping. These rhinestones can be very tricky to see the gaps, a little bit more tricky than normal. I don't actually know if a light pad helps or not. Oh, a little bit, not a huge amount though. So we'll save battery on that. Not enough to make a big difference. Lady Dax, she says she can't believe how time has flown. She says happy birthday to Luna. She said excited to see the new pens. She says that you have planned for us this year. She says she thinks she'll have to get a second case to store or display them all in. Well, I have 2 of the pen cases, so I don't see why you shouldn't, Lady Dax. I have 2 pen storage cases, and to be fair, if I added all the pens in that we will be releasing over the next year, I would probably need a 3rd or maybe a 4th. We like our pens. I like my variety in pens. I like to be able to move. I've actually got 3 on the go at the moment. I have a thicker resin pen, I have a metal pen, and I have a wooden pen, and I keep flipping between the three of them. Oh look, I missed a load of case. They're all different sizes, so I find that I grip them, of course, differently due to the sizes, and I find it's that difference that, you know, makes my hand, my muscles, my muscle memory and all that work differently, because they're different weights, they're different thicknesses, and therefore my hand doesn't feel as though it's doing the same thing, holding the same tool for too many hours. Especially if I do get a good diamond painting session on my Vivian Fox. Right, I am very nearly done on this WIP and Chat for today. I feel like it's been a long one. But Classy Cat, she says she works so fast. She says most of her time is spent replacing the wax or the tack in her pen. She says she tried the glue dot, she says, but she can never seem to get the right size. She says maybe it's her pen tip. So there's a couple of things in relation to that, Classy Cat. One, if you've had wax in the pen tip prior to you trying to do a glue dot, there may be residue in your pen tip that is stopping the glue dot from sticking in properly. So that could be one thing that's affecting you. I'm trying to get these odd colours that I sort of missed a single ones while I chat through this last one. So yeah, it could be that. So if you have a fresh pen tip that's not had anything in it, try that. It's the 3mm glue dots that you need. Our brand, or the one that we sell, which is a Sticks 2 brand, you only need one of those glue dots in the pen. If you use the Glue Dots brand, I find you need 2 or 3 of their micro dots in your pen for it to work. But what you're best doing, if I use this cover paper to pretend that it's got a glue dot on it, is come at it from the side to catch onto the glue dot and twist your pen round as you push the glue dot in. And you'll sort of basically do this action. You'll be twisting, 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 and then twisting up there, and then dab it in. If you find then that it's picking up the diamonds but doesn't want to let go of them, then either rub it over some waxy paper, dab it on a cardigan or a pair of jeans, or dab it on your face, the oils in your face, or the back of your hand. They can help to sort of prime the glue dot, and it's amazing how they will still be sticky even though you have put it on all these different places, or maybe tried 1 or 2 of them. It's amazing how it will still pick up diamonds and it will last a really long time. Okay, so that's my tip on those for you. I think I do have in my tips and tricks videos, which you can find on my website, under the glue dots, I think I do actually show you putting a glue dot in a pen. So go and check that out, and that may help you. But once you have mastered glue dots and how, you know, to prime them, then they are a game changer. But I'm going to leave this one here. What I will actually do is I will pop cover sheets over like this. I will tuck them underneath the last one to make sure that this stays covered until I get to work on it next time. But I do have other things I need to get done today, so I think this WIP and Chat is long enough. Thank you so much if you've got to the end of my very big waffle. I appreciate every single one of you. Stay tuned for videos to come this week, and another WIP and Chat where hopefully it will be more about your questions than about anything else. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.